So the first weekend, I know you talked about last weekend getting out, winning those 3 games, and coming back victorious. So we'll talk about the first game going into overtime. How was that just kind of the first game of the season to be going into overtime?
How was it? How was the first game going into overtime?
I mean, just to have that type of adversity just to start. Coming off of last season where, of course, there were ups and downs, but to start this season going to overtime with and needing that team to be that focused in the
Free
first
basketball, I guess. We went into overtime and we got the W there. I guess I'm stumped on that question. I'm sorry, James.
Oh, no,
I always do that to you. What do you
I guess to see the team perform the way they did in the first game.
thought it stunk going into overtime because we were up by 2 and we gave up a layup and then we missed a 3 to win it in regulation. So I guess I didn't want to go into overtime. It was a game back and forth. Drury's a very good team, really well coached. They run their stuff. They make hard cuts and they're hard to defend. Whether we went into overtime or not, I thought we played a pretty good game. We didn't shoot the ball real well, but we'll get there. You know, we're playing some freshmen too right now, so you kind of have some ups and downs with those kids, but you rely heavily on Gotch and Brandon Hall and Ryan Quaid to kind of show some leadership, and I thought those 3 did a really good job doing that. And then to win it in overtime was really good for us. Obviously, anytime you can come away with 3 wins out in California, it's great.
And I guess what are the biggest takeaways coming away from the weekend?
Well, I think learning how to travel maybe a little bit. That there's going to be ups and downs. We got stuck in Houston and slept in the airport on Wednesday night, Halloween, and then got out to California on Thursday. And the guys were dragging. Then we have practice, and then you have to try to get some classwork, some study time in as well because we missed a couple days of school. And so just trying to handle all that for freshmen, sophomores, juniors, even seniors is sometimes tough to do. And hopefully that'll pay dividends down the road because we go on the road again this week. We leave Thursday, and it's a little bit of a grind. It'd be really nice to be playing at home, but we're in a 4-year contract with Western and Adams. They came here last year, and so now we go back out there this year. They come back, and then we go back out to finish a 4-year contract. And it's great to get those home games. I'm sure Western and Adams are excited to open up at home. But it was good for us to get on the road and kind of get a sense of what it's going to be like all year long. Having maybe a different roommate because we don't always have the same roommate on the road. Maybe somebody different that you're living with in the dorms and getting along and kind of bonding with our guys. I think our guys did a good job of really getting to know each other, bonding out there. I suppose when you spend time in an airport overnight, that happens naturally. But it was a great experience. Whether we went 0-3 or 3-0, it was a really good experience for our guys to be able to have that experience to call on later in the season.
On the court, what kind of surprised you the most about your team's performance over the 3 games?
Well, I don't think we shot the ball as well as we could. I think we can shoot it a lot better. I think it's something that, it's different guys playing together right now. You have Brandon Hall running the point. I don't know where David Chalovic is. I keep looking for him to come out of the locker room. He's not going to do it, though. And so Brandon is there. JoJo is really handling the ball. Joel Murray, we call him JoJo, and he's done great for us coming in off the bench. Quay Grant is another one, and Derek Geddes, some freshmen that are really playing really well. Ryan Quaid with a monster night that first night, and it's tough because Gotch and Ryan both played 40 minutes. I don't want to play those guys 40 minutes, but when you play back to back to back, I think sometimes the legs go a little bit, and I think that's why we didn't shoot the ball real well. But I give credit to the team's defenses as well. I mean, they're getting out on us and forcing us to put the ball on the ground a little bit, and so they're taking away some of our strengths as well. So it's a combination of we could probably do a little bit better, but then I thought we played some good teams out there.
Talk about your opponent's defense, but the WT defense was good. The 3 games were lower scoring. What is different on the defensive side about this year's team?
Well, I think defensively we're making really a concerted effort to really get a stop every time. I think the scores are a little bit lower. I don't think we're pushing the ball as hard as we can or will. We've got to get that ball going up and down the court a little bit more. But again, when you play 3 games in a row, it's hard to do that. We did go pretty deep into our bench. I think other teams are slowing it down as well. Lindenwood kind of hangs their hat on being one of the best defensive teams. Well, they walk the ball up. And so when you walk the ball up, you have fewer possessions, so it maybe looks a little bit like you're a really good defensive team. I know Minnesota used to do that a lot and say how good they were defensively. Well, when you have fewer possessions, you're going to look a little bit better. We still want to run, and we want to get as many possessions as we can. We think we have a very good team that can put the ball in the basket, get to the hole. It'll be something that we have to prove, though, game in and game out.